Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make this Pokemon Go ball that will also recharge your phone, so when you're out playing Pokemon you won't have to worry about your phone dying. Okay, here's the supplies you'll need. First off, you're going to need felt, your choice of color for whatever Pokeball you're making. Scissors, sewing string, charge pack. You also need sewing needles, a Sharpie, and a glue gun. There's the glue gun, I apologize. Okay, first step I did was I took a piece of cardboard and I cut out this little pizza shape. That's going to give me the shape for the top, the halves of the ball. Okay, I cut 4 pieces out for the red, and I also cut 4 pieces out for the white. Be very careful while you're cutting this. You want all your stuff to be straight and perfect, so take your time. I also did the white, but I did it off of camera. Boom, there's the white one, okay? The white is going to be made the same way that I made the red. So just repeat the process that I'm teaching you right now, and you're going to do fine. Okay, what I did is I stacked the pieces one at a time, and I sewed the edges together, okay, where they met up at. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go all the way around just like that and sew each piece to the other piece. Take your time, like I said. If you do it sloppily, you're going to lose stuffing, it's going to look ugly, and then you're going to be more embarrassed than a, I don't know, Butterfree? Okay, so here I am sewing this guy together, okay? And like I said, the white piece is the same exact way that I did the red piece, so just make sure you take your time. It's going to take a little while. I did it by hand. If you have a sewing machine, it will be a lot quicker, but unfortunately I do not at the moment. So just take your time. Okay, as you can see right here, we're almost done. Okay, now I started sewing the red piece to the white piece. What you're going to do is you're going to take the red piece and the white piece and you're going to touch them together, okay? You see your sewing lines, you're going to line those up, and then you're just going to pinch it barely and then sew the red and the white together. Okay, you're going to want to go all the way around the Pokeball, okay? Except for one side. One side you're going to leave undone, and I'll tell you why that's going to be in a second. So here I am sewing the edges together. Just taking my sweet time. I thought of this idea when I saw a bunch of people walking around in parks and stuff like that, and they'd have their charge packs, and they were carrying one charge pack in one hand and their phone in the other. And I feel like this way it'll look really awesome because you have your Pokeball on your side and people know what you're doing out there. You're out there playing Pokemon. Okay, so what I did is I put the charge pack into the side that I did not sew all the way to make sure that's going to fit properly, okay? Once the charge pack was in there, I started sewing up the other side so they met almost in the middle, okay? But there was enough room for the charge pack to go in. Now right here what I'm doing is I'm using a flashlight and my sewing string to cut out perfect circles for the front of the Pokeball, okay? So I didn't have black felt at the time, so I thought I could get away with just coloring the white felt black with the Sharpie. Terrible idea. I regretted it later, so I actually stopped the video, went to the store, bought black felt, came back home, and redid it. So right here I'm sewing the 2 buttons together, one on top of the other, the black one on top obviously, and the white one on the bottom. So you want to sew all this stuff, you don't want to glue this little guy. You just don't want it to fall apart. And then right here I colored it a little bit more black, just trying to be sneaky, but it didn't work. Like I said, I hated it. Okay, up next what I'm going to do is flip this Pokeball inside out so that the good side is on the outside, and there it is. Okay, now I'm going to take that button and I'm going to put it in the front of the Pokeball, opposite of the hole, okay, in the back. And I'm going to line it up the best I can to make sure it's perfect, because you don't want a funky looking Pokeball. And I actually sewed it together. Sorry, my camera died, okay, but I sewed the button on. So right here I'm stuffing it, alright, and you want to stuff it pretty tight. Unfortunately, I stuffed it too tight, and I had this weird football shape. So in order for me to fix that, I had to take some of the stuffing out. And what I did was I got a piece of string, and I wrapped it on itself about 4 times. So it's pretty thick by that point. And what I did is I came in through the top, just like that, went to the bottom, and then I looped it came back through the bottom, came through the top, and then I tied it really good. And what that actually did was it gave me a base for the Pokeball. So when I'm charging it and stuff like that, it won't roll around or fall over or anything like that. It actually came out really, really cool. And right here I'm restuffing it, making sure it's fat. And now we're time for the charge pack. Okay, so I'm stuffing the charge pack in there, and I want to get most of the charge pack into the Pokeball. And I did it. So I took the glue gun, I put a little bit of glue on there just to hold the charge pack in while I was settling everything. And be very careful, okay? Glue gun's super hot. And right there what I'm doing is going around the edge, connecting all the felt to the charge pack and making sure that it's stuck really good, okay? And right here what I'm doing is there was a little tiny gap where I stretched out the felt a little bit while I was packing it. So I got my sewing string, my sewing needle, and I went back in there and I tightened up that little gap that was in between, right next to the charge pack. I apologize. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. Here I go, I'm sewing it up. Okay. So everything got really tight. It's perfect. That way you don't lose anything, your charge pack doesn't fall out, anything like that. And then I'm going to take the glue gun again and go around the edge one more time just to make sure that everything's really in there good. Okay. And the Pokeball is ready for the black. Check the charging point. Okay, here we go. So I came back with the black felt. Here I am with it. I'm trimming out the edge pieces where the Pokeball will actually open and close in the movie, in the show. And trimming that out. Make sure that everything's even, alright? Okay, so here's the other side. And then I ended up taking a piece and wrapping it around the back of the charging point. And it made it look really, really nice. And I made sure to cut the felt at the bottom of the Pokeball, so that way nobody could see where the felt actually met up, so it looked like one piece. Here I am recutting out the circle for the very front of the Pokeball in black, so that it wasn't white colored black. And then here's my white piece that goes on the front. And then here's my little tiny strips that go around the actual circle. And then this is it, guys. This is what it looks like. Came out really nice, came out squishy. It needed a couple more things. So what I thought it needed was some way to hang it. So I took a piece of red felt and I sewed it over on itself, the edges, so that way it won't come apart or anything. And then I connected the bottoms to make a circle. And then I took that, once that was completed, and sewed it to the top of the Pokeball so I can have something to hang it off of. So here I am sewing it to the top of the Pokeball, and it's almost done. And then I took the glue gun and I actually followed a little bit into the loop, so that way it was a little bit stronger, just reinforcing it so that when I was chasing down a wild Pokemon it wouldn't fall apart. Okay, and there it is, the loop. Okay, here it is done, guys. It's on my wife. It's connected to her belt hoop. The cord goes through the actual lock and then to the phone. So when you guys are walking, it could be hands-free. And here it is actually charging. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.